Well, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Screwdrivers. We pick up where we left off in the last episode. We are back here with our car in the garage. Now we're going to do a little bit of garage cleanup here. Now I'm going to rename this category here to the build arena. Confirm. And this last category down here, we'll rename it to the junkyard. And all of these cars that we've made through the tutorials, we will move them down to the junkyard because we don't really want to keep them. Move to the junkyard, and this one too. We don't want to keep them where we're building because they just get in the way otherwise. And we'll go to category 5 and we'll name it Royals. So we've got a place where we can throw the Royal cars because we don't really want to throw them away. Move to the Royals, and that leaves our own car in its spot. Now, something I noticed with the car that I built last episode, the weight balance is a little bit off, and that happened after I put some of these extra parts on here. So what we'll do is we'll move these gears over and put these ones in the middle. Put the motor on the edge. And see, that has moved our weight to the center because it was skewing a little bit to one side. Now, one chest that I'd actually missed in the last episode was one that gave us bigger wheels. Oh, pardon me. So see here, we've got the next size upper wheels. They've got a larger diameter. So we'll grab 4 of them. These ones are 56. And well, it says radius, but they're really diameter. And these ones are 73. So that'll have us going quite a bit faster. And we've got some new parts here in the beams and panels section. So we'll get rid of our wheels and put on the new ones. Much better. Bigger wheels means car goes faster. Check our statistics, and our weight's still in the right place, and now we can go 93 kilometers an hour. And we should go pretty quick to get there as well. It's not overly fast, but it's fast enough to beat the opposition cars. Right, off for the next race. And the next one's actually pretty simple. It's just brake the car. And you don't actually have to brake the car on this, and we're going to get a nice reward for this, the dirt wheels. So the easiest way to beat this fella is to just park in front of him. And hopefully my car's heavy enough to stop him. We'll drive on down here around, we'll overtake him. And I'm not heavy enough to stop him. So we're going to have to break his back wheels off. Park on top of him. Can I stop him? No, almost. And a lot of the blocks that I'm sitting on do not have... that's the wrong button. They don't actually have a hitbox, and if you break too many parts off of this guy without getting the wheels, you can actually, because as you can see, we just go straight through the wheels and the gears. You can't actually stop him. There we go. Now we've got him. Pin him down. Handbrake on. And he's stopped. No, he's got in the way. Cheeky little fella. Yes, this is harder than it seems with a light car. Very used to doing this with a much larger vehicle. If I bust too many parts of him, it's not going to let me beat him. And of course he jumps straight out from underneath me because none of his parts on the rear have a hitbox. Now I think we've got him pinned. Perhaps. No, he's going to get away. Wow, I've never had so much trouble trying to pin him down. There's really nothing left of him. At this rate, he is going to finish, and we're going to have to try this again. Oh, this time I've got him. I got that extra wheel off the side. But that's not a good result. It's only a bronze and I need to get it gold. So I'm going to have to come back and do it again. But not with this car. When we get a bit bigger and heavier of a vehicle, we'll come back and do it again. And parts unlocked. Dirt small wheel. And the first thing we're going to do... Oh, and a new hidden part has dropped on the island. So we'll go back out to the garage and we'll go have a look and see where it is. First of all though, we're going to go and buy some of these new tyres. Because these improve drivability a lot. And they're pretty much the same size as the ones we've got on there. They're just a little bit heavier. Well, let's throw some better tyres on there. Oh, pardon me. And there we go. Let's have a look and let's see where it's... Well, it said we got new chests, but I'm not seeing it anywhere there on the map. Okay. Off to the rock and drift race. And this one here is going to give us a better motor. And this is something that we're really looking out for, as we need this better motor, because this will improve our acceleration. And away we go. And of course we're slow to take off because we've got quite high gearing. Trick is with high gearing is we just need to keep the car gearing nicely and balanced. Probably didn't need to put the big wheels on yet, but they do add quite a lot to the grip. The area between the trees, you will hit them trees so many times when you're trying to get fast laps around here. Oh, do we have enough power to get up? Yes, we do. And you'll break the car so many times trying to jump over that jump fast. And onto the second lap. I don't know, we might not be able to catch the first place guy. He's going just a little bit too quick, I think. definitely beaten bronze, which that's pretty much what you can beat with that starter motor. Is it's very you can beat bronze and the Monarchs all the way through the game with the starter motor. You need just a little bit more power to get the golds. Bounce our way up to the top. Back down the other side, and he's beaten us by just a little bit. Close enough. We can come back and beat him again when we've got some more power. New parts, fast motor. Okay, let's go back to the garage and put these new motors in. And we will need to buy 2 of them. And we should have heaps of money because we'll be making lots of points. Buy 2 of those motors. And they will go in exactly the same spot where the other ones came from. Ah, not quite. This is going to make us think outside the box. We're going to have to make our car bigger. Because we can't quite fit them in there width-wise. Actually, it might be better if we don't gear up twice. We'll only gear up once. Now how to make that fit? You have to take the motors out. And we will just put in 1 gear up, 1 axle, 1 in the center, and put our motors on this shaft. And let's have a look and see how this changes the car on the graph. To connect them in. Everything is symmetrical, so the weight should be centered, but yes, it's a little bit too far back. And that has given us a lot more acceleration, but we do need to get the weight quite a bit further to the front. And don't think we have the side gear opened up yet, so that it's hiding in here. So we'll add a little bit more weight under the front to get us balanced. Put a 3 on this side and a 2 on this side, and then we can put some 4 blocks across the middle, and we'll change back to yellow. Actually, how come we're missing that? Let's change to orange. We want this block, but in orange. You don't own any more of this part. Need to buy another one. And one of those, but we want to place it there and there. And we'll repaint these ones grey because they're underneath. How does that make our weight look? That's moved a little bit towards the front. That will be much better. Okay, off to the next race. Oh, we better check to make sure there's no... They normally don't show up until after you've completed a Monarch race. You'll get more chests showing around the map. We should be able to beat these guys quite easily with 1 gear up. top speed's not very good. Which is what I thought might be the problem. Once we get a gear changer, we'll be able to use both this speed and the higher speed at the same time. But we're going to go fast enough though to be able to beat him. The ghost races are actually the devs driving a lap and then recording it, and they haven't gone too particularly fast, and they've said that they've done that so that the game is not too hard for beginner players, but for us more mature players it makes the game quite easy. Some of the newer races that they've put in the last couple of updates, the times for the gold and silver are a lot harder to get than what they were with these first races that were always in the game. And yeah, this should be pretty easily won. He is a long way behind now. This is one of those races that until you got downforce, it's best to actually follow the route. But there's quite a few shortcuts you can take on this track when you've got some downforce. All the way through to the end. I didn't even see what part it was we were going to win as the prize for this race. Hopefully it's something good. And we'll take a shortcut across here. Because they didn't put a checkpoint in the corner to make us go all the way around. And finished. New record. And these only show new records because I nuked my original saves, otherwise my times would match what I get on the dirt suspension small. Now these are a very good part. We will go back to the garage and we will go buy 4 of those and put them on our car, because that makes our car handle so much better than these original ones. Take off the suspensions and the wheels, and we will have to go buy them, of course, because we will have none. Buy 4 and put 4 of them on the car. And when we get wings, that gives us a spot to mount our wings on the top peg. And put our 4 wheels back on. And before I forget, let's make sure the wheels steer, because I always forget that. We'll go check out our weight balance, which should not have moved, but we have gotten just a little bit heavier, because they are just a touch heavier than what the base suspension is. Okay, and back to career. The downhill adventure. This is a horrible race, and I really do not like it. Let's jump off the side of a cliff. Down over the bumpy bits. This is a car destroyer race. This one, there we go. I've already destroyed it once. And it's even harder when you don't have any downforce. Oh, we should go fast enough with our big bouncy suspension now. So we're not bottoming out over all the bouncy bits. Only a very short point-to-point race, this one. But this last section is terrible when you're going fast. throw it across the finish line. Literally throw it across the finish line. Okay, and that one's gold. Corner gear. That makes things more interesting. And we will play the part introduction. In this introduction, we will use the new gear to transmit power around the corner. Place one gear onto the engine drive shaft. So, into the menu, and we get 4 free gears. Now place the second gear onto the rear axle. This way, the gears grind into each other and we can turn the direction about 90 degrees. Put one there. Perfect. Now we can do the same thing with the front of the car to implement 4-wheel drive. Put one of them there. And one of them there. Super. Now the car can accelerate much more agile and responsibly since all 4 wheels are driven by the engine. And yes, it does help with takeoff. You get a lot more power to the ground when you take off and less wheel slip. But when it comes to actually driving a race, you'll get a lot more understeer in your car by having 4-wheel drive. But it does help on the off-road tracks where it's very bumpy to be able to have at least one wheel that's still touching the ground and still trying to drive the car forward. It will be quicker times. So we'll escape out of here and we'll move this new car that we've got down to the junkyard because we don't want it. And we don't need to worry about doing anything to our car. It should be quick enough, and we'll do the last mission here, which is the Combustion King. And this should give us some more chests to go and find. Hey, why are we in the wrong car? Go back to the garage. Put us in the correct car, please. Don't want to do that in that basement quality car. Want to do it in the one we've been building up. And away we go. Yes, this is nice. Quite a nice run up the hill. The race gets a bit silly after you get to the top though. Be careful through this corner. There's a funny bump on the outside and same there's a funny bump on the inside. Hopefully one day they'll get taken care of by the devs. All the way up to the castle. And this is where the sensible race ends. And now we come into silliness. And you can see that turning for how I've got the weight slightly to the rear. And we're going to tumble down the hill anyway. Look at that. Because we went N over N. We're going to be going backwards. Back into 4th gear. These ones are pretty easy. You just got to make sure you go down them a little bit gentle and it won't bounce the car away. So just before we get to the peak, we touch the brakes and it'll keep us on the ground. And now we can accelerate our way to the end of the race. Yes, the last bit of that race is very silly. And finished. And that's beaten another Monarch. You've unlocked the Combustion King chassis. And I'm pretty sure this gives us combustion engines now. And we will be doing away with electric straight away because electric engines just don't have the RPM. You are now the proud owner of a combustion engine. Let's upgrade this electric car to a combustion engine. Remove that electric engine first. And we will delete it out of the car. Now place the combustion engine onto the pre-built pin. In here, into engines and this one. facing the right way around. Now we built two. Now we build 2 gears to increase the top speed of our car. And we need to put in a short axle into there, a medium gear on there, and a small gear on there. Let's take a look at your current top speed. Press X to open the analysis panel. And yes, this small 125 doesn't go that much quicker than the electrics, but it is still faster. But yes, its power delivery is much better, just not off the line, as you can tell between the 2 different graphs that are there. Exit out of here. To increase our acceleration at low speeds, we can reattach the electric engine again to essentially build a hybrid car. And back in here and put that one in there at once. Awesome. Now go and try your new race car. We'll continue improving it even further. Now, yeah, hybrids are not really a good idea. Once you get to gearboxes, you can make a lower ratio first gear, and there's no need to use a hybrid whatsoever. Hybrids just make messy gearboxes when you get further on into the game. Exit out of here. Move this one to the junkyard. And move this one to the Royals. And hop back in our own car. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tear out these 2 electric motors. And we need to buy one more look at that. And we're going to mount 2 of these where our electric motors were. And we need to put 2 pins in to hold it in place. And that should give us the same speed as what they had there before, but we've got a much bigger curve. And that should make us go quite a bit quicker. Off to find some treasure chests. And they're all down this end of the map this time. So we'll appear here at the mud bowl. And as you can see, our acceleration is not real good off the mark, but once the engines get going, the speed's pretty good. Now one of our chests is actually up on top of here. Now there's a trick to this. If you park underneath here and repair, it was just in the wrong spot. Gotta come just a little bit out further. It'll actually put us up on top. See, there we go. That's the easy way to get that one. Is you actually park up underneath it and repair, and it'll put you to the top. Over to the next chest. Mr. Freeze. Over here in the middle. Big wheel stand. What are we going to get out of this one? Laser cuts. Another part that I don't tend to use very often. Even though they are light. There's a couple of spots where I like to use them. Now this one here we have to be a little bit careful of. Because we don't want to get stuck in these smack it around, otherwise it'll send us flying across the map. This is the one without, and there we go. There's our chest. Armor plates, which also work really good as weights for the car, because they've got about half the weight of what the actual dumbbell weights have. What a launch! Did not expect to jump that far. Yes, the one we use for roofs. windscreen pillars. It's one of the problems with this off-road suspension is it is a bit bouncy. Oh, I think there's a paint hiding behind here. Pretty sure I just seen that. There it is. Lilac. First of the paints found. And hiding over here in the rocks. Here's another chest. More panels. Pretty sure the last one was further around the edge here. Yeah, it is, around the water. Ah, look at that, I've gone the wrong way. Take your eyes off the screen for a second. On the other side of here. What did we find in the last box? More laser cuts. And I think some of these have paints inside of them, and it's not that one. And that should be all our treasure chests. I think that's another paint up there. With the little paint green glow coming out the top of it. That is another paint. Plumber green. And well, that'll do us for here. And we'll go back out to the garage. And look, there's one more chest over the other side there. Quickest way to get to there. Anyway, I'll pick that one up off camera, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.